Good evening, everyone. Let's start today's group discussion with a very important controversial topic: plastic ban, economy versus environment. So, in my opinion, plastic should be banned because plastic is harmful for environment and for harmful for all the animals, including us. And it's not decomposable, and it took minimum 500 years to decompose, which is extremely high. So we should avoid plastic, and it talks about the economy. And it's true that it's affect economy because plastic plastic bag costs 15 to 20 paisa for a producer to produce it, but talks about paper bag, it's around 35 to 40 paisa to produce it. So it surely affect all the uh, for all producer, consumer, and seller. Yeah, it's right, it affect economy, but life is before economy, so we should avoid plastic bags and ban it. And even most of the company took initiative again for it, like Sweden, Kenya, even India too, even US. Most of the country took initiative for it. So in my opinion, we should ban plastic which is not recyclable, like plastic which is under 50 recyclable and even very harmful for the environment. Even those plastic bag, it release most of the harmful gases which affect greenhouse, and it's harmful. In my opinion, we should. So, like,
Diksha, you are not audible. Diksha, you can start.
Okay, I thought, okay. So I was like adding few points in Sneha's point, that first of all, talking about polythene, yeah, of course, polythene and plastic should be banned. But instead of like polythene or poly bags, we should use jute bag. But if we're talking about restaurant in which they pack their curries in plastic, there should be like minimum amount of plastic which should be produced. Like it should be recycled, not just produce it and then throw it. Like because this will lead to the whole place will be covered with plastics. So it is better to just reduce the production and recycle the polythenes. And if we are talking about products which came in plastic containers like shampoos and everything, like we should recycle it. Like after finishing that shampoo, we should return it to the companies and they can refill it. Like do not throw this anywhere like that. So this is how I think it can be reduced, like polythene use can be reduced. So yeah, I think plastic should be banned and some initiative should be. So thank you.
I also agree that plastic is harmful for the environment, and some measures must. It's important that to be taken because it's an alarming state, and our country has not advanced so much that we have alternatives and we do have alternatives, but somehow people find it expensive. As Diksha rightly said, that we can use jute bags, cloth bags, paper bags. Nowadays, many these like 24/7 and all these are using paper bags for environment protection. So these can be used. These are a substitute for plastics. And I also agree that the bottles used for the packaging of shampoos and all these containers, there should company should come up with an such idea that the bottles can reach back to the companies and the same bottles can be used for further production. And like there was few years back, there was substitute for the plastic. That plastic was less harmful for the environment, but it did not give any positive results, so people went back to the same. So I think though plastic is uh, advantages for the economy as it low down the production cost, but it is harmful also because it is having an adverse effect on the environment. So I think it must be banned because it have more negative impacts than having the positive impacts.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
Kanishka, actually the
Mansi, you can
Yeah,
start.
Yeah, Kanishka, you said it very correctly. You said it very correctly. Like plastic is we all of us know. Like there are so many harmful effects of plastics in environment. Like they take a longer time to decompose, and it causes pollution in form of some gases while producing plastics like PVC and all. So we should must go for the biodegradable plastics and in packaging and all, where we could not we could not find an alternative option than plastic. So we can opt like biodegradable plastics that should be good for environment also. So there are two types of degradable plastics, and we should reduce the level of using of plastics in our own level. Like for we should carry our own clothes bags and paper bags. One should carry their own bag in order to reduce plastics. And there should be some system like there are some various organizations nowadays which are working for recycling. So one can do in a way like they should collect the plastics. Like there are some wafers and snacks item which used to be packaged in plastic. So instead of throwing them in a direct dustbin, we can collect them and give it to the organization who are working for recycling. So it this will be the better option for environment. Like if the plastic will be recycled, because it would affect marine life and wildlife, etc., in so many ways. So that's why we should reduce the use of plastics at our personal life. And we should work on collection. And if we give them to the some companies who are working for recycling, and then it will be a good option. That's all my point, that plastic should be banned.
In my opinion, at this moment, we can't ban the plastics because it will lead to some steps like illegal black marketing. So, because it is cheaper than other alternatives like jute or other polybag or other paper bags. Since it is cheaper, so people can easily buy it and use it for a longer period. Like paper bags are only usable for 1 or 2 times, and plastic bags we can use for many a times also. But yeah, we can reduce the consumption of plastics and replace it with some other alternatives, but we can't perfectly ban at this moment because we don't have alternatives. Also, we can use greener alternatives for plastics, and yeah, we can recycle plastics, and recyclable plastics should be promoted. But banning plastic is not a solution.
I think it should be gradually banned, not all of sudden it should be banned. Like there should be a
That
gradual
suddenly
process. Yeah, there should be a gradual
suddenly we
process so that
can't ban.
black marketing not happen.
If we say India banned
Guys,
plastic in
guys, one second,
2016, but we
Good evening, one and all. In my opinion, I think that plastic should be banned because for many decades we have been using plastic for economic gain. And I feel it's high time that we should focus on the environmental damage that it has caused. Am I audible? Am I audible?
Yeah,
Yeah, so I think it's high time that we should focus on the environmental damage it has caused. As we all know that plastic is a non-biodegradable product, which is that it cannot be decomposed. But some plastic can be, but some plastic can be converted into its chemical components, but it takes around 500 years. So I think it's very, very harmful for us to use plastic. It's not just for street animals who engulf it and their throats get blocked, and which leads to the death of various street animals, for example, cows and dogs. But but for human beings also, it is advisable to not use plastic as it is the major cause for cancer, I guess. So uh, we all are uh, we all are just avoiding the use of plastic, and we are shifting our use to aluminum and steel. So I feel that plastic should be banned. And yeah, India has also taken the initiative to minimize the use of plastic at its best level till 2022, that is the very next year. And many countries have also taken this initiative. So yeah, in my opinion, plastic should be banned.
Actually, I think Devansh is right. Like, because we cannot just ban plastic. Like, yeah, I know it is harmful. I'm also in the opinion to like, yeah, it should be banned, but not like at once, because it will lead to many problems. Like, how will we throw the garbage and many problems like that. And yeah, there's also a point of like black marketing. We should do it gradually, like one step at a time, like using substitute. And yeah, like scientists are trying to just invent some substitute, but it should not be totally banned at a time because it will affect many of our lives. So no, it should not be banned actually, but yeah, we should minimize the production and demand.
in my opinion, where we cannot avoid plastics, there should be use of the biodegradable plastics, and gradually banning should be done, not all of sudden, so that all will be prepared for the upcoming situations. And uh, it should not be gradually banned, but one should but there will be if there will be the use of biodegradable plastic, then it would be great for environment.
As I know, India banned plastic in 2016, but we are still using the plastic. It's upon us that what we want. Government did their work; they banned the plastic, but still in the shopkeepers are giving plastic bags.
Yeah, Everyone
But
has to do. Everyone have to do it on their in their own level.
yeah, shopkeepers are keeping it, but when this was implemented in 2016 that the plastic was banned, shopkeeper was giving us a substitute also. They were charging us for the bags, but it depends on us that, and they also give us an alternative that we can also get our own bags from our house instead of taking from them. But if we are not changing ourselves, then how come we can blame only them that they are keeping the bags? They have given a substitute. It depends on us that we are doing it correctly or not, we are following it or not, and the same that we are not following.
And you know what? India plans to ban single time use plastic by 2022. And 2022 is just very close. And we took this pledge in 2016. And still plastic bags are very common.
I think that along with the gradually banning of the plastic, it should also be fined. We should find the use of plastic, because unless and until we will fine it, we all of us will only use it, and I don't think we will minimize the use of it unless and until there will be a certain amount of money set on the use of plastic. So I think the government should also fine on the use of plastic.
I think jute bags are a good alternative because they prosper the economy also and are environment friendly. They are long lasting, and they encourage employment opportunities. So jute bags are a good substitute of plastic bags.
Actually, jute bags are not good substitute of plastic bags because they are kind of expensive, and our country is still developing country, not a developed country like America or China. So they can afford jute bags easily. But
They are expensive, but
like,
they are long lasting also. So I don't think so there is any harm in
plastic bags are inexpensive and they are long lasting also. That's why we use
but
plastic
they are
bags.
not
easily.
environment friendly. But they are not
We
environment.
can
Yes,
say
they are
that
not in. Yeah,
we'll use recycling plastic. I mean, those plastic that we can, like I have a plastic right now. Let me show you. It's above 51 micron. See, and it's Bharat
Yes,
plastic.
this
It's
can be
here
used. Yes,
written
these
that
bags can
this
be
can
used.
be used because this plastic can be recycled twice. Single time plastic is very harmful.
I think it's better buying polythene 10 times. So it's better to buy a jute bag because it will last for 10 years or something like that. So it's better to buy a jute bag. And I want to say something like what Kanishka just said about government have already just discovered the substitute. I think people are not using it because of it is very expensive than the plastic. So I've also seen in a reality show that they were using something edible spoons instead of plastic spoons. So, but that was really expensive. One spoon was for 15 rupees, and you cannot just eat your food and then eat your 15 rupees stick. I mean, spoon, not stick. So, I think, yeah, because of the poor condition of India, it is not really that good idea. We can ban plastic. So, yeah, thank you.
I think banning plastic is not a solution in India, especially in India is not a solution. So we should more focus on recycling of plastic or biodegradable plastic.
Yeah, this is what I'm saying. Like, we cannot ban it totally. We will do it gradually. Not we, I mean the government. But yeah, recycling is the best, option in this
Yeah, because India is developing country and there are so many classes, and poor classes will not, of course, not can afford these types of bags. So it should, there should be a better option of biodegradable or recycling.